couple of stuff that concern these two club sides, Chelsea and Arsenal. One flattered. In fact, both of them flattered during the weekend. Enzo Maresca lost his tactical grip the moment that red card was issued to Sanchez. And for Arteta, having an avalanche of players at his disposal, he was confused to know the kind of player to deploy against Man City. But somehow, they have the English FA Cup, the Emirates Cup, you will call it, to redeem their efforts over the weekend, because their efforts were quite dampening. One would have expected that Chelsea would have gone to Old Trafford to actually get some good results, if not a victory, but at least a draw, considering the kind of players' depth that they have. And for Arsenal, one would have just expected that there is nothing short of victory, especially with Man City trying to find their fiddle. At least you could see they were actually trying to find their fiddle with Pep Guardiola playing with a handbrake. So I have with me on this edition of the show the man that said the Blues never lose, but unfortunately, the Blues capitulated at Old Trafford. So, guy, Mickey, what actually happened to you guys at Old Trafford?
For sure, the Blues never lose. We just
you guys
sleep.
you capitulated.
We sleep. It's out of 30, 38. We just sleep. So we bounce back.
Okay.
But first, let's put it into context with regards Manchester United. At Old Trafford, it's now 13 years without a victory. And I feel the record speaks.
So even yours is even worse than that of Arsenal and Liverpool.
Yeah, so the record,
Arsenal and Liverpool is 12 years running now.
Yeah, so we now is now 13 years. So I think the record speaks. Well, one of the things that's really, after the match, when I reflected on the game, I look at the incidents, look at the timing, the unfortunate incident. Maresca plays out one of his best team, his best players in the pitch, and it just turned out to be unfortunate. Within the first 3 minutes, we are one man down, red card. And crucial for us, the goalkeeper. You know, when a goalkeeper gets a red card, it affects the whole format of the game. So I think the record was also speaking against us. I think that's one of the main excuse. If I am to give valid excuse, I think that would be the main thing. Coupled with some other factors we see in the pitch, despite the red card, I feel also Maresca, his game, maybe it was frightening. It was panicked. And throughout his match conference, before his post-match conference, he spoke clearly about the way United play. United, they are pressing. And he said United, despite the poor results, he said the performance of Manchester United has not really reflected the results they have. So it was not that confidence coming into this match. So the moment he has that red card, you saw the way he flattered.
Okay. Let's take it for example now that you are Enzo Maresca in that game. I mean, when that red card came up in the 8th minute, if you are in his position, what would you have done differently?
Immediately the red card was odd. We know we've got a striking force. Obviously, it has to shake your system. But what was the best game plan at that moment? I think you've got two wingers. Taking out Estavao or Neto was not a bad plan. Was not either of them.
One seriously?
Of them. Yes, one of them has to go. Either of them. You don't have to keep, because you want to see how best you frustrate them within the first half of not conceiving a goal. But however, there was no need for us to panic at the back. If there was anything you want to do, you have an extra midfielder, which was Rhys James. And you also know Cole Palmer was not also fit for the match. He knew that. But Cole Palmer wanted to play and he wanted to give him a chance. I think the first player he should have removed from the match was Cole Palmer. Owing to the fact that Cole Palmer was not fit. He was aware of it. So, regardless, it was certain that he was not going to give you 90 minutes.
So that's why I'm surprised that you said that removing either Estavio and Neto, that neither of them was the wrong decision. Because the key thing you would have done there is that knowing very well that Cole Palmer is not 100% fit, So you'd have just changed him and
Just
bring in a
take
goalkeeper.
Cole Palmer out and bring in a goalkeeper and see. Okay, let me you bring in Tosin. Already, you've got James. You could send James back if you want to take and bring another attacking option. Maybe, hopefully, Garnacho could have come on. If you want to take
Yes,
any
I
other
was
person.
expecting that Garnacho
Garnacho should have come
yeah.
on early. Let him play. Let him play. Let him play. But I don't know.
Okay, now, aside from that, I also want to question the decision making of Chelsea to have allowed Kepa. Even though Kepa came to Arsenal, is a plus for us, but the decision making of allowing Kepa, because the goalkeeper Johansson that kept against United wasn't as good as what was it called as Kepa. So I wouldn't understand the criteria at which Enzo Maresca, is it that once he doesn't like your face, he just allow you to go?
Well, it's not about likes. It's not. I will not blame Maresca only for that decision. Maresca came into the club. Kepa was not in his
But
in his playing time.
You saw him keeping for Bournemouth, and he did very well. So, as a lone player, so what you would have expected, because he kept the entire season for Bournemouth. So what one would have expected from a good coach that knows that have good tactical norms is that, okay, this player is performing well and is consistent, and need him even as a backup keeper, because no matter what anybody would tell me today in today's current rating, I don't think Sanchez can be ahead of Kepa.
That is why I'm saying I will not blame it all on Maresca. Maresca has worked with Sanchez and he worked with Jorgensen and other keepers in the club. He hasn't worked with Kepa, and I don't think he was even following up with him. But we've got scouts. We've also got sporting directors that will give him this information or this knowledge. And before the window closes, there was also hope that Chelsea was going out for a goalkeeper. So if the club was willing to go out for a goalkeeper, Donnarumma was one. For Aston Villa, this keeper Martinez also was another, and the club gave him that hope. So he was expecting that, despite we have Sanchez, we'll keep Sanchez. Maybe Sanchez will be the second choice. I'll be expecting another goalkeeper to come in, but unfortunately, it does not happen as he wish. The club went and picked another third grade goalkeeper. Not what he was really expecting, but he has to go along with it. I didn't have the opportunity to follow up on Kepa. I think he would have called in him instead of going to spend millions buying another keeper. Already we have like 8 goalkeepers, some on loans and what. So it was easy to call Kepa back rather than selling him. He was not the one making that decision. I think because he has the hope that he was going to get a fresh goalkeeper, a very good goalkeeper at the end of the day. That's why.
Okay, viewers, it is still the offside. Please don't forget to join us on this live show and go to the comment section. Let us know what you, especially Chelsea fans, because we're going to be talking more about Chelsea into this edition of the show. And now, we want to look at, there's something I've observed in your last 2 matches that you've lost against Bayern Munich and United. I see Pedro is just been juggling all around. We've not seen him as in being in control, spearheading the attack. What do you think would have accounted for this?
Which of the Pedro?
João Pedro. I mean, is it João Pedro? No.
Pedro
Yeah, João Pedro.
Okay,
João
Pedro.
Pedro, yes.
I feel João Pedro has been very much good. He's clinical with his finishing, but I've not been seeing the support, that ideal pass We've not been seeing it. That connection. You see, he does the run, he holds the ball. I was really impressed with his work rate against Manchester United. But once all the wingers were out, it was flat. He holds the ball, he has to just keep the ball to see how best he links the attack. But there was no attack. Nobody was running on the wings. And Enzo, I told you, as one of my players I want to rest is Enzo. He's very slow. He does not have that pace. He does not run the extra mile. He does not make the extra effort. It's good. He's got some qualities. He's got some passing qualities. But it does not give that extra to the game. And that's why you see mostly Pedro has to fight alone. He has to push alone. So, and in our game, because of the red cards and also against Bayern Munich, we see in our game that the wingers were unable to overlap. If they're overlapping, then Pedro will easily switch over. So most of the time, he's isolated most of the time. That's the reason why you're not seeing him. He's isolated.
Okay. Talking about isolation, do you think, or don't you think, that you guys are missing Jackson, Nicholas Jackson? Because a Jackson against United would have been an efficient force. Jackson knows how to hold the ball. He knows how to. The only challenge I feel with Jackson is he not putting away a lot of opportunity that comes his way. But he's a good hard worker. He's a ball carrier. So in these two games that you guys lost, don't you think you are missing Jackson?
Well, I think Jackson has played his role in Chelsea and he has his moments. Some were good, some were bad. I think also João Pedro is on his own cause now. But at João Pedro, if he's gotten the support that Jackson had, I think he can do much more better than Jackson.
But those passes
Jackson can hold the
in.
play, he can link up the play, but his final finish is very bad. But now we are seeing also João Pedro holding the play, linking up the play, but there is nobody. He's much more isolated in most of the matches. And one of the reasons also we see for that, we see Cole Palmer is not so fit. So he's not always there to feed him. And the number 10 rule has been, when you play Enzo Fernandez, he's not always up there. He's not always up there dictating the play, doing the passes very fast. He's always just managing the game.
So whose responsibility is it to correct this malady?
So with this constraint now, I think his first choice in that way is Cole Palmer. But Cole Palmer is struggling. Now, Estevao also is another choice. But we've not been seeing him lately into the pitch. The other day against Brentford, he was sick. Against Bayern Munich, I didn't see him in the pitch. He didn't play. Maybe he came in the last minute. It was the last substitution because Cole Palmer was there. So if we have a regular, because over time, strikers also, when they learn to play, they pair. As they play along, they blend.
They get that telepathy.
Yeah, they get. Yeah. And even Enzo Maresca complained. It was not his whole aim. He does not see João Pedro as the pointed nine. His pointed nine for him is Lem Delap. But Lem Delap has got injured. Yeah. So he wanted the link up between João Pedro and Delap. But Lem Delap is out. So João Pedro has to take all that burden for now. So he's struggling. If he has Lem Delap, I saw a lot of chances. I saw the way he struggled against Bayern Munich. There was no chance for him to even hold the ball, link the attack. It was very difficult for him. But with Lem Delap, his physicality, his aggression, he will have been able to do that. So these are the challenges.
Okay, aside from these challenges, looking at the match that you lost against United, what do you think you would have done differently as a coach if you are in Enzo Maresca's position, considering the fact that you guys got that match in order in the 8 minutes? What would you have done differently?
The first thing I will do, I will stick to my plan. Despite the red card, I will stick to my plan. Like taking off Cole Palmer, like I told you, was the best choice. Then you sit and wait. Let's see if United will bring the game to us, and where there are lapses, you fill in. You don't just risk it all. I think he gave up on the game. So take off Cole Palmer, you observe, stick to your plan, stick to your game plan, and let's see how far maybe we'll frustrate United or United frustrate us. Then we can do an adjustment. Because initially, when he flattened his own game, and he find out that by the end of he did a very good substitution, bringing in this young Brazilian Santos. You see the impact. He even led to the red card of Casemiro. and we are equal, we are level. But before that, he had flattened his own game plan. So what was his game plan now? It was just to manage it. Just to manage it. He doesn't even know what to do. People were expecting Garnacho to come in. He brought in Saint George. He took out Cucurella. Cucurella had a very good game.
That's another surprise.
He had a very good game. He took out Cucurella.
Yeah, that was the man that was even driving the attack. He pulled him out.
He took out Cucurella.
Like he didn't want much goals from United.
Yeah, and brought in even the Tosin was not even impact. The second goal, Tosin was the tallest defender in that back line.
No, but that I think is I owe
the keeper. I'll hold the keeper.
Yeah.
For the first accused, I'll hold the keeper. But the second, I'll also hold Tosin. Tosin does not go and challenge. He was just standing there. The keeper, he was just calculating. Okay, should I go or should I not go?
You just saw the ball moving forward.
Because the keeper has an advantage using the hand. You've got hands. When it comes to Tosin has the height. So if you should have challenged, maybe would have obstructed the play. So that was the fault. I think Maresca, just like he said in his after the match, his post-match, he said once the red card was shown to our team, he just threw all his plan in the dustbin. Everything went to the bin. So with me, going forward, I think he should stick to his plan. Let's see. Because red card, when a man is down in the opponent, it's also difficult to play against them. Especially when they stick to their plan. Chelsea has the wingers. We've got Neto and Estavao. I didn't stick to that plan. United will be conscious that if they lose the ball, pressing high, there is a threat for counter. And we've got guys with the pace. Neto has got the pace. Estavao has got the pace. You've got Joao Pedro. So I didn't stick to that plan and patient a bit. Then wherever there are lapses, he comes in and field. That should have been the best format in taking a point.
Yes, thank you very much. Viewers, you've heard it from the man that always believed that the Blues never lose, even though the Blues, fortunately, lost over the weekend against United.